Now, how is it possible that I am on top of the highest point, one of the highest points, if not the highest point, in the city of Baltimore, and I lose cell phone signal? So from the other side, where I was so abruptly cut off, I was about to show the amazing view of the eastern part of the city from the top of this hill. And then I completely lost signal. So if anyone is still out there, thank you for hanging out. I was also trying to show some of the stained glass work inside the pagoda, as well as the spiral staircase in the center of the pagoda, and completely lost signal. Can't show you the plaque that explains the role that this hill played during the War of 1812. So I lost the signal. You'll have to take it from me. The view over there is amazing, but there's no cell phone signal. I always thought on top of a hill you'd get a better signal. Not today. Not today. So again, another view of the beautiful pagoda here in Baltimore's Patterson Park. A true oasis in the middle of the city, both historically and today. Historically, this park was created to provide a break from the heat of the city. Not just the parkland, but the bathhouses and the swimming pools here provided a really nice break from the heat of the city. We're on top of Hampstead Hill, an important defensive point during the War of 1812. But I can't get a shot from there because I can't get a signal there. So hopefully we're getting a shot of this beautiful fountain right now, from which we may have to end the stream if the signal doesn't improve. But just a nice break on a hot day. Maybe we'll get a view over this side. Just shocked the signal is so bad here. So thank you to all who rejoined. I appreciate it. And who hang out here while the signal goes in and out, and I think it's gone out again. So I'll just keep filming, and we'll see what happens during the upload. We'll see if there's anything to upload. What a day. It is a beautiful hot day here in downtown Baltimore, in Patterson Park. I'm gonna just come up to the top of this hill and get a view of the northeast part of the city. And then I'll end the stream because this signal is struggling for sure. Sadly, I wanted to go over to the playgrounds, which I will do, but I'll do it without streaming. I'm going to be really careful walking. Little bumpy way here. And maybe you can start to see from this vantage point just how high we are here in Patterson Park. Here from the north side of the park, you can get a good view for miles on a clearer day. Today's hazy, but you can get a really good view north of the city from this point here. So we are way up high on top of this hill with really terrible cell signal. Shockingly. shockingly terrible cell signal from this vantage point. We'll keep going and we'll see what we can see today. Oh, I do see a few people in the stream. Let us know where you're from. Say hello. Would like to know where you are and would love to know what parks you have in your part of the world. So this end of the park is the park maintenance area. So we'll cruise a little quicker through here. And you can see above the trees down there, the Bayview Johns Hopkins Hospital Center. And there are Johns Hopkins Hospital facilities all around the city and all around Maryland. The best hospital in the universe, of course. People come from all over the world for care at the hospital and to train to work in the medical profession. And over here we have the community gardens on this side of the park. And then we'll check out, I think, one of the playground areas over here. And just enjoy a quiet, sunny evening. Now these houses, we've talked a lot about different Baltimore row home styles. These are pretty unique to certain pockets closer to the inner city with that roof line. Now I won't call that a mansard roof line, although it looks like one. Now it's obscured by trees, but I want to take a peek over here at this row house with the characteristic white marble steps and the white marble, what do you call that? Windowsill with the wrought iron work and some beautiful painting. Really great example. How you doing? I'm doing great. But these are the ones I wanted to take a look at because this is only common in certain pockets. 3 or 4 stories with that, slate, but it's probably roof tile, kind of that asphalty roof tile, but probably originally slate. They're really interesting design. Not something you see very often here. Hey, Abe, how you doing? Did my other stream die? It did, Abe. So it died when I was at the highest, pretty much the highest point in Baltimore where you would think there would be great cell signal. And I was at a historic location and I was doing my spiel about that location and it died. And I could not get it to reconnect. It's the point from which you can have a beautiful view of the city. There's a Chinese pagoda there with stained glass work and wrought iron work. Nothing. Stream died. So thank you for finding me again. Appreciate it. I've come down off that hill so we can check out some of the row houses and some of the other places in this park. We're at Patterson Park in Baltimore. It is 96 degrees. It is hot. It's not humid, but it's a hot day in the city. And this is where people come to cool off. This is like what I call the Central Park of Baltimore. So thanks for joining, Abe. How is it where you are? I feel like summer has hit today. I feel like today is summer. So we got folks out in the park doing their thing. This is also a nice little crossway to take a bike through this park to get from East Baltimore to downtown. It's a great way to avoid traffic. The problem is it's uphill. I don't know how, as a kid, how I biked this park. Now today I can walk it, but I don't know. I must have been a good peddler as a kid, because this is steep. These hills here are steep. Now Baltimore has a number of recreation centers for kids, frankly, to keep kids out of trouble, to give them somewhere to go after school. The whole latchkey kid generation, of which I was part, but I lived in a neighborhood where all my relatives were in the same neighborhood. Whoa. So it wasn't like I was a latchkey kid all by myself, you know. My grandmother was right across the street. So, you know, it really wasn't like that. But these recreation centers that are dotted throughout the city parks were really an important part of being a kid in Baltimore. I was a member of the Canton, I was a member of the Canton Recreation Center. This is the Virginia Baker Center here in Patterson Park. Now, if this stream dies again, I'm not going to try to restart it, because I just had another little blip. I don't think it's the hot weather. Oh, it's bloody warm here too, Abe. I don't know. It's the phase where it feels good. This is good hot. And then in like a week, it will be humid and miserable and unbearable. So I'm happy to get out today in this weather. But yeah, throughout this park, right now we're only seeing the green space, but down here, this end of the park, are all the baseball fields, soccer fields. Lots of great places to be a kid in this park. And from time to time, you're hearing helicopters. I mentioned on my other stream how important the Johns Hopkins medical system and the University of Maryland medical system are to not just Baltimore, but Maryland. And some of the helicopters you hear are those shock trauma flights. So when people need absolute emergency care, they are airlifted to one of those hospitals. And the families know that they're getting the best care in the universe if they're going to one of those hospitals. All right, this is a little precarious here. Also, tennis courts here, swimming pool, ice skating rink, baseball fields, and a mini stadium on the other side. Birds. My dad comes here for the birds. Hello, Safe. Nice to meet you. Let us know where you're from. This is Baltimore. And we're in Patterson Park. Kind of the central park of Baltimore.
Wait, y'all can't find it?
And yep, we have scooters here. Scooters in Baltimore. And it's a lot of shade here, as you can tell. So if you can see, like, we were way up on that hill. Well, it goes a little further there. You can't see all of it, but we were up on that hill and completely lost the signal. Who would have thought? This is one of the tallest points in all of Baltimore, from which the Cannon, and I was trying to show the Cannon and the pagoda up there when we lost the signal, from which the Cannon defended Baltimore during the War of 1812. This was a critical defense point during the war, contributing to the Baltimoreans being able to defeat the British at the point in the Battle of Baltimore when our national anthem was written. But the cannons are up there because that's the highest point But there's no cell signal up at that highest point. And you can see over there, basketball, swimming pool, excuse the language, basketball, swimming pool, playground, and people taking their ball game really seriously. So excuse the language in advance. Please excuse the language. That's okay. You're in Baltimore. It's all right. Yeah. we may move a little bit past the language on the court. Hey, thank you for everything you do. We appreciate you. One of Baltimore's finest on a bike in Patterson Park. Some serious ball going on here. Please do excuse the language. Soccer fields, or as some of you say, football fields. I get it. Football pitches. I think we're okay to say that too. And that dome, that's the skating rink. That white dome over there you see is the skating rink. Not open in the summer, obviously. Good view here, and a good view of the flag over there. Now we won't walk over there, but just below that flag is a monument to Kazimierz Pulaski, who was a military leader who helped the Americans during the American Revolution and the War for Independence, and came over here and instilled some of his military tactics on the Continental Army. So Kazimierz Pulaski, along with some Germans and Marquis de Lafayette, were all part of the foreign contingent who were very happy to see the British defeated during the War for Independence, and again during the War of 1812. Now this is a really nice view and a great place to sit and check out the view. And you can kind of see in a distance, if you can, just above the scoreboard over there, the Mr. Bow sign, National Bohemian Brewery, which is in Brewers Hill, which we'll take a walk through in a future stream. Well, thank you all for joining my bit of a disaster stream today. Losing a signal in the tallest, pretty much the tallest point in Baltimore was quite a surprise. So unfortunately, I missed the important moment that I wanted to share with all of you. It just wouldn't get me a signal there. But the rest of the park is beautiful too. I hope everyone, wherever you are, is having a beautiful summer day if you're in the northern hemisphere, winter day if you're in southern hemisphere. And I hope everyone has a beautiful park to visit, people to hang out with, and fun places to explore. I may or may not stream on Saturday or Sunday morning. The weather's not looking great. I will be joining Stasis Geek on Film Club on Saturday. Jay won't be with us, unfortunately, on Saturday. So Stasis Geek and we will miss Jay, but we're going to talk about Goonies, a movie that is celebrating its 40th anniversary. Holy moly, do I feel old, because that is one I do remember. So we're going to talk all about Goonies on Film Club on Saturday. Wish you all a wonderful weekend. Everyone, take care.